Attention is a currency, traded on the screen. Bids in the comment section, likes inflate the dream. Algorithms set the price, not truth, not skill. If it bleeds, it leaves. Volatility sells the thrill. Scroll futures, short attention, long outrage. Synthetic fame bubbles pop every age. Everybody famous, nobody known. Borrow validation, leverage ego loans. They don't wanna think cause they want reactors. Fast dopamine hits, not deep thought factors. Your focus is the product, your mind is the land. The strict mind and intention with a swipe of the hands. Welcome to the attention market, distorted supply. Where noise beats value and the loud multiply. They pump fake relevance, then dump your soul. Crash your self-worth just to hit engagement goals. Influence laundering, clout gets clean. Renting credibility from a rented screen. The metric ain't meaningless, retention time. If they keep you stuck, they win in the crime. Creators chase trends like fiat with no gold. Printing hot takes till the culture gets cold. Truth moves slow, lies go viral. Speed beats depth in the attention spiral. Everybody branding, nobody built. Flexing highlight reels, hiding existential guilt. The fee rewards, extremes punishes calm. Peace don't convert, chaos sells bombs. Welcome to the attention market, distorted supply. Where noise beats value and the loud multiply. They pump fake relevance, then dump your soul. Crash your self-worth just to hit engagement goals. If attention is money, most people are broke. Spending it careless on a digital joke. The richest stay quiet, move off the grid, while the poor yell louder, begging to be seen. I'm investing in silence, compounding my time. Low frequency, thinking in a high-speed grind. I don't chase virality, I build demand. Own my attention, that's a sovereign plan. They monetize distraction, I weaponize focus. While they sell illusions, I sell the notice. What you look at becomes who you are. Choose your markets before you choose your stars. Attention ain't free, it's the cost of your life. Every scroll is a cut with a digital knife. So trade it like it matters, because it does. In the economy of attraction, focus is blood. Attention is a currency, traded on the screen. Bids in the comment section, likes inflate the dream. Algorithms set the price, not truth, not skill. If it bleeds, it leaves. Volatility sells the thrill. Scroll futures, short attention, long outrage. Synthetic fame bubbles pop every age. Everybody famous, nobody known. Borrow validation, leverage ego loans. They don't wanna think cause they want reactors. Fast dopamine hits, not deep thought factors. Your focus is the product, your mind is the land. The strict mind and intention with a swipe of the hands. Welcome to the attention market, distorted supply. Where noise beats value and the loud multiply. They pump fake relevance, then dump your soul. Crash your self-worth just to hit engagement goals. Influence laundering, clout gets clean. Renting credibility from a rented screen. The metric ain't meaningless, retention time. If they keep you stuck, they win in the crime. Creators chase trends like fiat with no gold. Printing hot takes till the culture gets cold. Truth moves slow, lies go viral. Speed beats depth in the attention spiral. Everybody branding, nobody built. Flexing highlight reels, hiding existential guilt. The fee rewards, extremes punishes calm. Peace don't convert, chaos sells bombs. Welcome to the attention market, distorted supply. Where noise beats value and the loud multiply. They pump fake relevance, then dump your soul. Crash your self-worth just to hit engagement goals. If attention is money, most people are broke. Spending it careless on a digital joke. The richest stay quiet, move off the grid, while the poor yell louder, begging to be seen. I'm investing in silence, compounding my time. Low frequency, thinking in a high-speed grind. I don't chase virality, I build demand. Own my attention, that's a sovereign plan. They monetize distraction, I weaponize focus. While they sell illusions, I sell the notice. What you look at becomes who you are. Choose your markets before you choose your stars. Attention ain't free, it's the cost of your life. Every scroll is a cut with a digital knife. So trade it like it matters, because it does. In the economy of attraction, focus is blood.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Make sure everything's straight. Okay, everything good. Everything good. Everything good. All right. Okay, anyway. Welcome back to Attraction Economics. I am your host, Big Dog Barkin. Come straight out of Memphis, Tennessee. I'd like to welcome y'all back, you know what I'm saying, to Attraction Economics, where we break down the supply and demand of attraction, where we talk about the power, the leverage, the status that it holds, and we also talk about attention, how it's a currency, how it's a resource, and how you yourself have attention, and how to spend your attention, and how to gain the attention. You feel what I'm saying? So before we get started, as y'all enter the building, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. And also, if you would like to donate to the Attraction Economics Operation System, it's currently being built right now. Hit that Cash App $ Big Dog Barkin 2132. You know what I'm saying? Big donation, small donation. We accept all donations, but I understand the economy that we are in is that if you ain't got it, you ain't got it, and I ain't gonna hold it against you. You feel what I'm saying? So anyway, I went on a little bit later, man. I had to take a little, had to recharge my batteries. That's why I ain't go live. I usually do 4 lives a day. I'm still gonna do the 4. But I usually do them on Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And yesterday was Sunday, and I just said, you know what, I ain't doing shit. I'm finna recharge my batteries, finna blow some good dope and sit down and chill out and kick it. You know what I'm saying? Let my recharge myself. Feel what I'm saying? So now that I got a little juice back in the batteries, now I'm finna, get back at it. Starting next week, I will be dropping the link to have open conversations, open panels, you know what I'm saying? So be prepared for that for the, at least for the next 2 weeks after this week. I will be dropping the link so people can come up here and conversate, you know what I'm saying? So I can, interact with my crowd, interact with my audience, you know what I'm saying? See where y'all live with some of the conversation that I be having going on. Cause I understand that everybody don't want to talk about this shit. But for me, I'm just breaking down what y'all see on the daily, what is in your personal life, professional life. It don't even matter. Rich nigga, broke nigga. We all do the same motherfucker thing. And only thing I'm doing is I'm just breaking it down to everybody. Know like both men, women, black, white. It don't even matter. It don't even matter. Everybody do the same shit. We just try to point fingers and say you do it more than I do. That's all we do. So anyway, let me get started. I ain't gonna be up here too long. I don't think I am. I'm still recharged. I'm still chilling or whatever the case may be. But I have to do something for my people. You know what I'm saying? I had to keep y'all informed. So anyway. So today we're gonna talk about how explaining yourself is surrendering your frame. How explaining yourself is technically submission. just hold on. I know a lot of y'all like to run your mouth. I know you do. I'm guilty of my damn self. But we run our mouth for different reasons. See, a guy like me, people like me, I just talk shit, period. Maybe because of how I came up, because I was always told I could say what the hell I wanted to say in any environment. You just say it with respect, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was always told I could talk, I could open my mouth, I could say what I want to say. So when I talk shit, when I be doing what I be doing, it's not to justify me. It's not to say that the things I did were right or wrong or whatever the case may be. It's just me talking shit. You know what I'm saying? I say what the fuck I want to say. And I stand on what I stand on. But we have a lot of people that run their mouth to tell people this is who I am. It's fake validation. So again, people like me, I run my mouth, but it's not for attention. I run my mouth because I talk shit. I talk about a lot of tough topics. I could be in different situations and talk about plenty of things. I'm not just stuck to ratchet shit. I talk about plenty of things. And I don't have to explain myself over and over and over again. But most people have to constantly explain themselves, whether it's at work, whether it's at school, whether it's in social media, whatever the case may be. We have a lot of people that constantly, over and over and over again, trying to explain themselves to people that probably don't even give a damn about shit they talking about. What going on? How y'all doing? What going on? What going on? So that's where we at right now. We have a lot of people that got to constantly talk to explain themselves to people. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of this interpretation, you know what I'm saying? Y'all excuse me. Like I said, I stay keep it cold in my house. A lot of people don't understand the way we operate is this right here. Whoever controls the frame controls the interaction. I done talked about this once before. Whoever can control their frame, whoever can stay in their body, controls the interaction. You feel what I'm saying? And the strange thing about it is this right here. It's never the words. It's never the words that hold the frame. It's the actions. It's the silence. It's the certainty. Knowing who you are. Knowing who you are as a man, knowing who you are as a woman, control the frame. Not the words you're saying, and not how you saying it. It's who you are. So when you standing on something and you saying something, this is who you are. This is who you are. You don't have to go off into a deep, long, drawn out conversation, kind of telling somebody who you are. Just say what the hell you gotta say and keep it pushing. Just say what the hell you gotta say and keep it pushing. And if somebody asks for clarification, I'll give you some clarification. I don't have to, but I give it to you just so you can further understand who I am. Now that's different from you going into a crowd of people that don't know you when you just start popping off and start talking shit, woo, 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 trying to get people to notice you, trying to get people to validate you, trying to get people to look at you. That's totally different to me and you having a conversation. And I say what I say, and you look at me with the side eye, and I'm like, yeah, I said it in that way. I said what I said. So now you have the right to sit there and hold a conversation with me, knowing how I stand, knowing how I feel about this topic, or you can go on about your business because me and you ain't gonna rap. Fine, cool, no harm, no foul. Versus me meeting you and I'm just opening up myself to you over and over again. I'm going a million miles a minute, a million words a minute, my bad. I'm going a million words a minute just to tell you who I am and what I do, all that right there. Instead of me just saying who the fuck I am and then let you make a choice whether you want to have this conversation or not. Whether you want to have this conversation or not. Now, I don't know if I told this, not like recently, I went to the jewelry store, put on my wife ring, you know what I'm saying? I'm a middle class nigga, I still got to pay payments on rings and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? So we went to the jewelry store not too long ago. And I went there to make a payment on my wife ring. And the sales associate, she doing her job. She a sales associate. So, she get to talking to me and my wife, talking about what they got going on. All they doing their job. All right, be cool, whatever. So while she explaining shit to me and my wife, I'm being PC. I'm in a public space. It's just me, you, and my wife talking. You're doing your sales pitch. I'm listening. You will be doing your job. So I'm going to listen. You know what I'm saying? So I told the lady, I said, baby. No, I ain't say baby. I take that back. I didn't say baby. I said, ma'am, I'm going to ask you this question before we go in the fuck. One, can I talk like I want to talk, or do I talk like what I need to talk like? Meaning, I'm in a public place. I'm entertaining your conversation. You a sales associate. Of course, I'm entertaining your conversation. I'm in sales too. So I want to listen to your pitch. Now, do I listen to your pitch as a black man or man or however you want to put it? Do I listen to this as a customer that's in your store that you may or may not get with some extra shit? Or do I listen to Big Dog? It's Big Dog. How do I listen to this? How do I go forward talking to you? Do I go forward as a customer that's buying jewelry? Do I go forward as me, myself? And when the lady said, "Do you?" I said, "All right." And my wife just shook her head. She's like, "You don't even know what you got into. You don't even know what you got into." So after that lady told me to be myself, guess what happened? Oh, I get to talk cash shit. I get to talking cash, and my wife just sitting on the sideline. She just looking. She like, "Lady, you asked him to do this shit. You shouldn't even entertain him when he asked you, could he talk like him? Could he be him in your establishment? And you told him he could be him in your establishment. And guess what you getting? You getting him. This is him. Talking shit. He gonna tell you the truth. This is how he look at shit. This is how them kids look at shit. I'm just gonna sit back and let you get entertained by this nigga. I'm just gonna let you get entertained by this nigga. I already know he's a shit talking motherfucker. And all you did was open the door and let him talk shit. Now, mind you, who was trying to give me another wedding band, and I don't know, they ain't had my size, or something went wrong. Well, I ain't get it. Something went wrong when I ain't get I ain't get a wedding band, but you know, teachers on. I ain't pushing for another wedding band, but at the same time, I don't want my wife thinking that, I ain't had a wedding band in 15 plus years. I ain't had a wedding band in 15 plus years. I could have been getting another one. I just ain't been rushing. Like, I like watches. I don't like rings. So, but I'm gonna get one just to, let her know, like, yeah, I do love you, baby. I get it. But what I'm saying is that a lot of us just be talking for approval. We get to explaining ourselves. We get to telling motherfuckers who we are in so many motherfucking words. So when you talking too much, and I done said this not too long ago, when you run your mouth too much, you're telling people that is my reality acceptable to you? I'm gonna say that again. When you get to running your goddamn mouth all the time, 24/7, 365, 366 in the leap year, when you get to popping off at the mouth over and over, constantly talking, all you doing is asking people you're talking to, do my reality coexist with you? Can you accept who I am? Can you accept my reality? Can you accept what I stand on? Not the fact that you said what you said, is that you keep saying it. Now, to an extent, we're all guilty of it, especially you in content creation. We're all guilty of it. We could be talking about some topic, whether it's relationships, religion, politics, sports, gaming, whatever the case may be. But somehow, some way, we always gonna tell you who we are in any and every conversation, any and every topic. You're gonna find out who we are in the conversation of what we're talking about. When we breaking down religion, you got the Democrats and Republicans, liberals and conservatives. You can tell by the conversation who is who. Fine, cool. I'm good with it. But then when you go off into explaining why you running with this side or the other side, You had to defend your side. You had to kind of defend why you do this and why you say this and woo and all that type of shit right there. Now you're trying to explain to somebody and trying to ask somebody, do you accept the fact I'm riding on this side? Is it acceptable that I'm riding with this side? Most people not going to accept that you riding against them. That's human nature. That's common sense. Now we can be cordial, but just because we on opposite sides of the track don't mean we can't talk. But because you kind of trying to explain why you on that side of the track, they're like, bro, you asking the other side to accept the fact you on that side of the track. Just stand on that side. Quit looking for somebody to validate why you standing on that side. If you pick that side, you stay on that side. You ain't got to come to tell somebody why you picked this side. You picked it because you picked it. But when you get in these conversations, you get to talking on why you picked it. Like I stand on what I stand on. Now what? Ask the questions. I'm not finna over-explain. I'm gonna let you ask the questions. See, it's a difference. It's a big difference. Versus from me standing on what I'm standing on and let you ask me questions versus me standing on what I'm standing on and telling you why I stand on it without no questions. You asking me questions, want to know why. You want to know why. I ain't got to tell you shit, but this is what I stand on. You asking the questions is trying to know why, is the curiosity. Why you on this side? And I'm going to tell you why I'm on this side. That you can agree with or disagree with. You can agree with it or disagree with it. But I'm going to let you ask the questions. I'm going to let your curiosity wander. Versus I stand on this side and this is why I stand on this side without you asking me a question. Now I got to explain to you and ask you, bruh, Lamont, is what I'm doing acceptable for you? Is what I'm doing acceptable for you? I'm trying to help y'all make this shit make sense on what we doing. If you standing on something, stand on it. Don't wait. Don't sit there and say I stand on this shit and then come to go into explanations on why you stand on this shit. Just sit there and stand on this shit. You see what I'm saying? Don't just do it. Because the most powerful people in the world, the CEOs, the bosses, the leaders, they don't over explain. They not looking for you to ride with them. They already thinking you ride with them. They already think you approve them. I said what I said. I thought you were rocking with me because I said what I said. I didn't know you felt any different. But if you ask the questions, I'll break it down to you if you ask the questions. But if you don't ask me no questions, I'm not going to sit here and break shit down for you. That's just like when you in school and, the teacher going over shit and she has, if y'all got any questions, raise your hands. The majority of us don't want to raise our hand because we don't want to look like we don't know shit. Everybody's going to keep their head down, go on, do the work or whatever the case may be, and not understand what the fuck they doing. If you don't ask, I'm not going to explain the shit. I'm going to explain the shit before I give you a test. I'm going to explain the shit before I give you an assignment. I'm going to explain the shit before we go into practice. I'm going to explain what it was finna go on before you even get out there. Now, once you get out there, I'm asking you got any problems? You got any questions? You understood what I said? If you don't ask me no questions, I thought you know everything. I think you approved of what's going on. So now I send you out there, and I'm thinking you know what's supposed to be going on, and you don't know what's going on. Am I wrong? Am I wrong for sending you out there thinking you know what's going on, or are you wrong for not asking the questions? Again, I don't have to explain shit else after I explain what we doing. I don't have to explain nothing else if I broke it down already. This is what we finna do before we even do it. Do you understand? If you don't say yay or nay, then I'm gonna think you. I think you understand the words coming out of my mouth. But then you'll go out there and start doing shit and don't know what you're doing, and then I find out you don't know what you're doing, and I'm like, I thought you understood the assignment. Then you want to pull me to the side and say, nah, I didn't understand. I said, well, why you didn't say nothing before I sent you out here? Well, I thought I understood, but I really didn't understand. So why you didn't ask me for clarification? You ain't want to look like an asshole. You ain't want to look like an idiot. Just say that. You ain't want to look like an idiot. That's why you didn't ask no questions. And then you rather go out here and fail. And then they'll say, well, did nobody tell me shit? Yeah. But you had every opportunity to ask me a question. I'm thinking you know what the fuck going on. So instead of asking me what's going on, you just gonna keep your mouth closed, go out there and then fuck up. And then looking like, well, didn't nobody tell me shit. You didn't ask shit either. Now, in the same breath, if I sit up here and tell y'all we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, this the assignment for the day, and I keep talking, micromanaging and all that type of shit, over explain and kind of trying to justify the decisions I'm making and shit like that, you're gonna look at me like, are you confident in you? Are you confident in you? You supposed to be the boss. You supposed to be the coach. You supposed to be the head nigga in charge. Are you sure? Are you sure you that guy? If you have kind to talk, are you sure? Just pay attention. All you gotta do is pay attention. If you believe in what you believe on, you're gonna say what the hell you want to say and let the people decide. They gonna ask the questions. They gonna ask the questions. Now, if you just want to sit up here and explain yourself, you got to see, trying to see, is my reality acceptable to you? Now, I myself, like I said, in order for me to talk about the shit I talk about, I have to go through this shit because I find myself sometimes, I've been on other people's panels, explaining my situations, explaining my life. And it's not for you to accept it. It's for me to tell the truth on why I say the shit I say on my channel. I can't say what I say to my audience and not be honest with my audience. So when I do explain shit, it's like, well, this is where it's coming from. On why I say this and why I do this and yeah. This is where it comes from. My upbringing, my childhood, my relationships with people. This is where all that shit come from. Now, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with some of the shit I done did. You ain't got to agree with some of the shit I say. Just know this is where I'm at. I'm going to tell you why, then I'm going to leave it alone. Now, if you got questions, I'll answer the question. But if you ain't got no questions, if you're going to let it be, we're going to let it be. I'm not going to keep on sitting up here trying to justify why I did this and why I did that if you ain't asking no questions. I'm not just going to keep on running my mouth. Now I'm looking for validation. Now I'm looking for your approval on some of my bullshit because I keep on telling you about my bullshit. No, I say this. This is why I say this. This is why I do that. And this is why I say this and do this now. In discussion. You got any questions, you are free to ask. And I probably answer them. If you ain't got no questions, I'm not going to keep on telling you the same shit over and over again. That's how that shit operates. That's how that shit really operates. You want to sit up here and just listen to a motherfucker and take their motherfucking word for it and then go off into la la land and come back around and say, I didn't get what that motherfucker said. Now you got to come back around and check again to see what they saying and see what they saying and see what they saying and trying to catch on to what they saying. and you don't understand, but you're too scared to ask a question. You know how many times I look up and I see somebody doing a smoke show, open panel, you got smoke, you got something to say, you got to argue with me, you got some disagreement with me and shit like that, hit the link. I see that a lot. Different content creators. I see that a lot. Smoke shows. Motherfucker don't hit the link. These content creators giving you opportunity to voice your grievances, to voice your disagreements with them, and they drop the link just for this main purpose. What you disagree with me on? You do a lot of talking in the chat. What you disagree with me on? Here go the link. Let's chop it up. Folks, when you hit the link. So now it's like, all right, so you got all these disagreements with what I'm saying, but you ain't gonna sit up here and have the debate, have the conversation. You do it in the chat. You do it on your own channel. But when I'm dropping the link for you to come up here and talk to me about the shit, you don't do it. So is it real smoke or fake smoke? Is it real or fake? Because again, if I drop the link for a smoke show and you disagree with some shit I say, hit the link. Niggas don't never hit the link. So that let me know that y'all don't disagree with these individuals. Because if you did, you hit the link. If you really want to know why a person believes what they believe in, you'll hit the link. Or you just gonna shut the hell up and let that man or let that woman say what the hell they gonna say and stand on their business. But no, what we'll do is we'll tune into the smoke show, listen to whoever talk their shit, drop the link, nobody come up there, and then you'll go back to your channel to talk about the individual who did the smoke show and talk bad about the individual doing the smoke show. And it's like, well, if you was over there and you disagree with this person's ideology, their thought process, why you didn't hit the link and have the debate, have the conversation? Why you didn't do it? Why you didn't do it? Because you want them to keep running their mouth. There's only so much I'm gonna say, then I'm gonna tell you hit that link. Cause I ain't gonna be up here all day waiting on motherfuckers to disagree with me. After so long, I'm gonna feel like, well, you must be riding with me if you ain't hit the link. But truth be told, you're gonna go to your channel and start talking about me and what I say and what I do and how I think. And it's like you had every opportunity to do it here. Make a name for yourself over here. Talk shit to me over here. Don't watch me and then go over to your shit and then talk shit about me. Nah, I give you the opportunity to talk shit about me here. But they're really part of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So hit the like button, hit that share button. The economics of attraction. What we here for? Attraction economics. So this is where things get interesting. Because attention is just like a marketplace. And I be telling y'all this, and I told y'all this before we started the show. Attention is currency. Attention is a resource. Attention is for sale. It can be bought and can be sold. All day, every day. And just like in any marketplace, scarcity creates value. Being rare creates value. And when someone is constantly explaining their self, constantly explaining the situation, constantly explaining whatever the case may be, they really just looking for your validation. They just really looking for your validation. And they giving up too much information. They doing too much. to get your validation. They're doing too much to get your attention. They're doing too much to extract your resource. They're doing too much. There's an oversupply of information that they're giving out, which lowers your value. The more you talk, the more you explain yourself to somebody, the lower your value gets. The lower your value gets, the more you have to explain yourself. But when you speak with authority, when you speak in clarity, when you speak briefly, without overdoing it, that creates a psychological scarcity. That creates a psychological scarcity. Think about that. I've heard this in several places I've been in the past couple of weeks. Just how I talk about relationships. And truth be told, what I stand on when dealing with women, when I talk about women, what I stand on is clear. I don't talk a lot, you know what I'm saying? I might say, depending on who I'm talking to, might, drag it along a little bit, but just out of just shits and giggles. But I say what I got to say about the situation, and I stand on what I stand on. And by me standing on what I stand on, they say, man, men don't talk like that no more. Men don't talk like that no more when it comes down to dealing with women. Men don't think like that no more when it comes down to dealing with women. Think about that. Think about that. Just for the simple fact I stand on what I stand on when dealing with women. The women sit there and say, guys like you don't exist no more. Guys like you don't exist no more. My ex-girlfriend, she told me a long time ago. She called me a manipulator a long time ago. And she said, the way you manipulate females is this right here. You do all the things that they say men don't do. This is my ex-girlfriend. She said, you do all the things that men won't do. No problem. She also said, you don't mean none of that shit. Now, this is me telling on myself. This one, when I said my wife called me a manipulator and ex-girlfriends called me a manipulator and shit like that, is because I grew up on traditional beliefs. If a man don't hustle, a man don't eat, man take care of his family, all that red pill shit. I was raised on that shit, and it wasn't no nigga telling me that shit. It was my mama, my grandmama, my great grandma. So over time, I realized is that if I could do all this type of shit, I'm scarce. It ain't too many niggas. It ain't too many men that's doing this type of shit. Because I hear a lot of women, I'm raised like this, but I blame them. Feminism, whatever you want to blame. But this is what I learned. I'm learning this shit from women. They're talking this shit. I see my partners, they mamas, they ain't got no niggas there. Or niggas running in at the house or whatever the case may be. So it's either you the problem or niggas the problem. I don't know. I know in my own personal situation, my stepdaddy was the problem. My mama was the problem too because you kept allowing that shit, but my stepdaddy was the problem because he was with the shit. But mama, you allowed this shit. So I am both y'all with shit. So just by me seeing what I was seeing growing up, I was like, hey, if I just do some shit right, I'm already out of some of these niggas ballpark. It's like all I gotta do is some shit right for women. What I mean it or not, all I gotta do is something that they deem right. Whether I mean it or not. What I can just say some shit, whether it's for real or for not. I can just say some shit. Emotions. Give them a moment. Give them something that other niggas don't do. Rare. And then they'll see it, the verbiage, the actions, whatever the case may be, it turns them on. It's like, oh, I thought niggas don't do that no more. Or my man don't do this, my man don't do that. So that's my package. That's my basics. That's nothing special. That's not the platinum package. This is basic. This is the free. This is the free shit. The shit I'm doing that you think is just extraordinary. Nah, this basic shit. This basic package. But because my basic package is something you ain't getting, I automatically become rare. Think about that. My basic package talking to women is rare compared to what niggas doing now. It's rare. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying it's rare. For me to be the type of, for me to say the shit I say toward women and stand on the shit I say toward women, they were like, hey, I like that because niggas ain't doing it. It's either A, you kissing ass trying to get you in, you simping, or B, you want some red pill, I gotta tell the truth all the time, and it turns them off. Either you kissing ass and it don't work, or you telling the truth and it don't work. Where an individual like me is like, all right, I'm gonna say what the fuck I gotta say. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Now, if somebody hear what I say and say, oh, you're kissing her ass, no, I'm not. This is what I stand on. This is what I already stand on. Now, for motherfuckers say I'm a manipulator, I'm like, I'm not a manipulator. I stand on this anyway. I stand on this anyway. I believe in, you know what I'm saying, paying where I stay. I believe in taking a woman out on a date. I believe in talking to a woman. You know what I'm saying? I believe in interacting with a woman in a positive way. I believe in that shit. I stand on that type of shit. Now, is it bullshit? Yeah. Just because I stand on that shit don't mean you the only one I'm standing on that shit with. So now when you approach me and ask me questions about why I do what I do, either do what I'm lying, do I lie or tell the truth? When I was a young nigga, I would lie. As I got old, I realized lying takes a lot. So I started telling the truth, like, yeah, it ain't shit. You like what I say. You like what I do. What I'm saying and what I'm doing ain't new. It's old shit. You getting the pride of that shit with these niggas. They ain't gonna tell you this, that, and the third because they scared they gonna lose you. They gonna tell you this, that, and the third because they want to get up with you. They gonna sit there and say this shit, then get mad when you don't respond the way they want you to respond. I already know this type of shit. So I just talk shit and stand on what I stand on. And do I do the shit I say I do? I'm gonna do for you, yeah. I do it. But you're not the only one I'm gonna do it for. And it took me a while to come to that. But the reason is this right here. The basic package is rare now in 2026 as far as relationships and shit like that. The basic package that I provide is rare in 2026. My bad. Give me 1 minute. Oh shit. So again, when you stand on what you stand on, you ain't gotta over explain. It becomes rare. Excuse me. It triggers something in their head. It give you a psychological advantage. They'll listen to your head. But this is what I also know is the CEOs, the leaders, high status individuals, the creme de la creme. The way they talk is usually short and to the point. Short, to the point, calm, cool, and collective. No flinching, no stuttering. They get right to it. You feel what I'm saying? And not because they know everything. Not because they know everything. See, that was one of the things I was told is that I think I'm cocky and conceited and arrogant because I think I know everything. I don't know everything. I don't know everything. That's because I understand it's something more that's deeper. I don't have to go into no long, drawn out explanations about shit. I could keep my conversation short. That's why I sit up here and say, man, I could do this for an hour, 2 hours a day. That's about it. 2 hours max. By myself. You know what I'm saying? And it's not because I think I know everything. It's because I know it's something else going on outside of what was going on. And a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people don't understand it. And the minute you start overdoing it, over talking, over explaining, over justifying and shit like that, you just telling people you don't know what's going on. I can sit there and give you the straight, direct answer and let you figure it out by asking questions on why you get to that conclusion so fast because of this, that, and the third. But if I give you an answer and I gotta come to tell you, if I have to tell you why I came up with that answer, then I don't know if that answer that I gave you is correct. I give you an answer and you ask questions, I can explain because you want to know further. If I just pop off at the mouth trying to tell you why I said this, that, and the third, I ain't sure of myself. It's a difference. It's a big difference. And then when you come to running your mouth, and like I said this not too long ago, when you come to running your mouth, people start asking, are you that nigga? Give me the answer. If I don't understand, I ask the question. Give me the answer, and you keep running off at the mouth about the answer, then I'm like, you don't even know if that's the right answer. You're not sure of yourself. You're not sure of yourself. So it ain't gonna be too many times I'm gonna ask you for an answer if you gotta keep doing this. After so long, I'm gonna figure the shit out and start doing it without you. Then when I start doing it without you, then I'm gonna look at you like you dead weight. And you my boss. I don't have no trust in you. I have no confidence in you. I'm gonna figure this shit out and can tell you how this shit operate more than you can, and you supposed to be the one in charge. You supposed to be the one in charge, not me. You supposed to be the one running shit, not me. You gotta come and explain to me why you giving me these answers or why I gotta do this and why I gotta do that. Like, man, look, you quit talking to me. I used to hate that shit when somebody used to give me the shit and try to tell me how to do the shit or did it. And I'm like, bruh, calm the fuck down. If you gotta do that much explaining to me about this shit, you do it. Don't ask me to do shit and then try to tell me how to do shit, trying to explain why I gotta do this. Yeah. I'm like, man, look, I don't hear none of that shit. I don't hear none of that shit. All I hear is like, man, you trying to justify why. Just say the shit. If I got a problem with it, I know how to ask a question. If I got a problem with it, if I don't got a problem with it, you'll never hear me utter my motherfucking mouth. You never hear me utter a word. Never hear me utter a word. I can say this shit on so many different occasions. Like, I'm gonna stop you when you're wrong. I'm gonna stop you when I got a question. You can keep talking, and I'm gonna keep listening. You can tell me this, and the third. I'm gonna listen. And the minute I don't understand something, I'm gonna raise my hands. Like, what are you talking about? If I don't raise my hand, I understand what you're talking about completely. But if you keep trying to justify why you said what you said, and I'm like, bro, you ain't even sure of yourself. You ain't even sure of yourself. But see, the real power, it ain't arrogance, it ain't silence, it ain't being quiet. That's not the real power. The real power is clarity without negotiations. I said what I said, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I said what I said, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Saying what the hell you mean. Saying what the hell you mean. Without feeling the need to defend it. My bad, I said depend. Saying what the hell you gotta say without doing a whole lot of defense for it. Not say what you mean. Stand on what you say. Stand on what you say. Keep it pushing. I ain't gotta sit down at no table and ask you for permission to say nothing. I said what I said. Now, after I said what I said, again, if you want to ask questions, I will answer questions. But it's only so many questions I'm gonna answer before I tell you, like, you ain't gonna understand no way. After so many questions, after so many times of me trying to break this situation down to you, and you still ain't getting it, or you ain't gonna get it. Either you can't comprehend or you giving me a hard time on purpose. Either way it go, I'm not gonna sit up here and keep trying to break something down to you just for me to talk. Either you ain't getting it or you just playing with me. If you ain't getting it, if I can't get through to you in several different ways, you need to find another teacher. Or you just holding me up from teaching everybody else by kind of asking questions. You need that much attention on you. You need that much attention on you, so you just gonna hold up everybody else by kind of asking me a lot of questions. Like, I answer, but it's only so many I'm gonna answer for. I'm like, you know what? Quit asking me all these questions. I said what I said. So it's either you can't understand what I'm saying, and you scared to raise your hand and try to get some clarification. And I'm calling it, like, once I realize you don't understand, I gotta come to you to see can you comprehend, and you constantly, I don't understand. Then it's like, well, I can't teach you, or you keep saying you don't understand by asking me all these questions, and you just asking questions so all the attention be on you. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. Now, if I shut all that shit down, first go rip. If you don't get it when I first said sorry for you, if you don't get it and want to ask questions, don't answer questions, sorry for you. That's the difference between explaining yourself and standing on what you're standing on. I can break it down for you if I need to. I'm not that hard up. But it's only so much questioning I'm going to answer. There's only so many times I'm going to look at you and ask you, do you understand? If you keep telling me you understand and I keep seeing you fucking up, then I'm pretty much going to say you a lost cause. Either go and say what you need to say so we can get yourself right, or find you somewhere else to go. Or if you want to ask questions because you don't understand, fine, I'll answer your question. But if you just keep asking me questions after question after question, so I won't do what I need to do so you can get all my attention, then I'm saying, you know what? You go to hell too. Because I don't know how many questions you want me to answer until you finally get it. I'm not finna just keep wasting my motherfucking breath because you got question after question after question and you prolonging everything else. So when we finally get shit started, ain't shit, we ain't got time to do shit. You can leave too. Now, I will break some shit down for you, but I ain't gonna do a lot of breaking shit down. Now, I'm also the individual that'll stand on what I stand on and ain't no explanation. Like, I ain't gotta tell you nothing. It is what it is. Deal with it or leave me alone. I ain't gotta answer no question. I ain't gotta break shit down for you. I said what I said. We gonna leave it alone. So I said all that to say this right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the minute you start trying to justify your actions, justify your words, justify whatever you're doing, trying to explain yourself, you no longer control the frame. You no longer control the situation. You're out your body. Whatever person you talking to, whatever group of people you're talking to, they control the frame. They control the narrative. Stick on what you're going to stick on and roll with it. If somebody got questions, let them ask the questions. Don't talk too damn much. Don't let everybody know what you're holding just for the sake of letting people know what you're holding. Because all you're doing is letting people know that you want some attention. All you want is some validation. All you want somebody to know is my reality is my truth is my truth. I want you to accept my truth. And if they don't accept it, they don't accept it. But you shouldn't have to kind of explain yourself to get somebody to accept what you do. If you're gonna do it, and you stand on it. If you can't stand on it, if you gotta kind of run your mouth about the situation, then all that tells me that you shouldn't be doing it. Or you ain't clear about doing it. You ain't certain about doing what you're doing. Need justification. So anyway, I'm finna get on down. I'm like I said, I hate I came late. But yeah, I had to give y'all something for the day. So I'll be back. Who it is? Let me see. Who it is? Oh shit. Who it is? What is the who? The thesis. Thesis was the thesis. Quit explaining yourself to everybody. You losing value when you do that. Anyway, I'm gonna get on down. I enjoyed everybody coming through. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit right there. You know what I'm saying? I will be back tomorrow for another one. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I'll get up with y'all.
Told you. Explain everything I learned. Say less. Make them lean in. Less talk, more pull, that's the code I live by. If they gotta ask questions, I already went right. I don't show the whole play, I just give them the why. Mystery, make them invest, transparency, make them scroll by. Less, more pull, let the silence reply. I don't need to convince, let the presence imply. If they curious, they coming, I don't gotta try. Mystery, make them commit, transparency, make them pass by. Everybody oversharing, trying to prove they the one. Every detail on display, now the tension is gone. If you in it all the way, what's the reason to stay? No discovery, no desire, no reason to pay. See, attraction is occurring, I just tap in the flow. I don't chase attention, I just give them a glow. When you speaking outcomes, not the steps that you took. Now they leaning in heavy like the end of a hook. Yeah. I don't over justify, I don't beg to be heard. I just plant a small seed, let it spread through the world. And the ones who align, they gon' follow the trail. Curiosity convert, that's a silent sale. If you gotta explain it, you low in your frame. If you quiet with power, they remember your name. It's not what you say, it's the space that you leave. The space turn attention into something they need. I don't post every move, I don't show every win. I let essence talk loud, let it echo within. See the market is loud, everybody compete. But the quiet authority hit different on beat. I give glimpses of vision, I don't open the vault. Make them wonder what's deeper, now they feel it's their fault. If they don't lean in close, they might miss what I know. And that fear of missing out, turn a spark to a glow. I don't argue with doubters, I don't fight for belief. I just let results talk, let success be the brief. If they ready, they find me, if not, let them pass. I don't need every eye, I just need the right class. Say less, let it breathe. What's hidden got more gravity. When they ask, you receive. That's the law of attraction, see. Less talk, more pull, that's the code I live by. If they gotta ask questions, I already went right. I don't show the whole play, I just give them the why. Mystery, make them invest, transparency, make them scroll by. Less talk, more pull, let the silence reply. I don't need to convince, let the presence imply. If they curious, they coming, I don't gotta try. Mystery, make them commit, transparency, make them pass by.